Now at 6, storms in the 4 states. Meteorologist Austin Stans has the latest on what to expect from this weather alert day. Plus, authorities in Joplin respond to a crash which took the life of a pedestrian. And
with changes being made to federal student loans starting this summer, KCU Med is a little concerned about the future. I'm Ty Parks, so we'll have this story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It is a weather alert day. Severe weather is headed to the 4 states both this afternoon and this evening. This is PM News. I'm Tanya Bach. Meteorologist Austin Stans joins us now with a first look at weather.
Thanks, Tanya. Like we were talking about, that alert day in place for today, mainly a wind and a hail threat. There is a low but not zero tornado threat, specific kind called QLCS. We'll discuss that in a moment. This is really across the 4 states region. 4 storms started firing off around 5 o'clock this evening. We'll see them going through around midnight tonight. All right, let's take a look at some of these storms right now. That area in that orange shade that you're seeing across the region, severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock this evening. You'll see these storms moving in from the west, quite a bit of lightning associated with them as well. Taking a little bit of a look here, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings off to our west. You'll notice that we start with the one here just north of Chautauqua County here. This one goes until 6:30 in the morning. We'll see that storm move in here about 30 miles per hour. The one here in Chautauqua County also going to, or excuse me, this one goes until 6:15. Lafayette, Oak Valley, Elk City, Duck Creek, Talleyrand and Sycamore by 6:53. So if you see your town on there with that time, just know that these storms are moving about 25-30 miles per hour right now with some hail associated as well. We're going to time all this out and let you know when this will impact you coming up.
All right, thanks, Austin. A Joplin pedestrian who was hit in a downtown accident last night has died. Investigators say 76-year-old Danny Dapper Dudley was crossing mid-block between 8th and 9th, not on a crosswalk, when a southbound pickup struck him. The driver was not cited and was cooperative with police. Witnesses say life-saving measures were performed in the street on Dudley, and officers confirmed he was then rushed to an area hospital. The 800 block of South Main Street was closed to all traffic for about 2 hours. Community Clinic of Southwest Missouri says Dudley was a fixture at the clinic and downtown, known for coffee, stories, and drawings, and revered in the unhoused community, saying, quote, "It is with heavy hearts we share the passing of our dear friend Dapper. He always had a smile, and he cared for those around him." Changes to the way students repay loans for graduate degree programs could take effect this summer. This is a cause for anxiety for many area students. KOM's Ty Parks is at KCU Med and MSSU to get reactions.
Starting this summer, there will be a cap on student loan borrowing, as well as the Graduate Plus loans will be going away. This impacts many students like Kaylee Walker, who hopes to be an orthodontist.
It did change it a little bit. I still want to pursue the career, but I've thought of different ways to pay it off.
The change came when the Big Beautiful Bill was passed last year. It was designed to reduce government spending and letting the private sector step up to provide the loans.
But we may have students from financially challenged backgrounds. They may be rural students from diverse backgrounds, first generation going to school. They may not have access to the private money that may be available for other students.
Kaylee Walker is looking for other options to fund her education.
It's like I've made the military become an option for me. Definitely the change in funding definitely affects something, because $500,000 in debt is not something that's going to be paid off easily.
Dr. Hahn with KCU Med says this cut could cause a current problem to get worse.
In Missouri alone, there's a shortage of 750 dentists in the state. So we know that there are shortages in the medical field, in the dental field, and we're afraid if students are not able to borrow the money to go on to professional school, that this shortage may get worse.
I think that the loans should be there for the students. If we're going into a field to help the community, it should be something that's available for us.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Dr. Hahn also says low tuition is just a small part of student expenses when going to school. Things like rent, utilities, food, and gas also must be taken into account. Well, a new partnership in Joplin is helping give shelter pets a better chance at finding a home. Sparklight is teaming up with the Joplin Humane Society for a campaign called Connect for a Cause. For every new mobile line activated this month, Sparklight will donate money to the shelter, helping cover food, medical care, and daily needs for animals waiting to be adopted.
We see firsthand how important the work that the Joplin Humane Society provides to our local families and pets. They are doing critical work every day to create shelter and homes and second chances for these pets.
Organizers hope the campaign not only raises funds, but also brings the community together to support pets in need. Historic homes take center stage in Joplin. Coming up, how you can enjoy a unique museum experience. And we meet an Erie, Kansas woman who's looking forward to a milestone Easter celebration this weekend. A new museum experience is about to open in Joplin, featuring 2 completely restored homes in the Murfreesburg Historic District. The Schifferdecker and Zelliken homes will be open to the public in April, with tickets going on sale April 1st. The multimedia tour includes audio voices from the past, period conversations, and a look at a late Victorian life, showing how these families helped shape Joplin's future. Nationally recognized student is honored in Fort Scott for her work uncovering hidden stories from history. The Lowell Milkins Center for Unsung Heroes welcomed 2-time Discovery Award winner Emma Mannion for a special visit to the center. The Wisconsin student earned national recognition for her projects, highlighting lesser-known historical figures, including librarian Ludi Stearns and Native American leader Ada Deer. In Erie, Kansas, Lucille Swan is getting ready for Easter, and she's not waiting until the last minute. Last July, she turned 100 years old, and she's already made her homemade noodles, several desserts, and a tray of deviled eggs to prepare for Easter dinner with family. For Lucille, staying active isn't a chore. It's the secret to keeping life full. And after 100 years, Lucille proves that staying active does not just add years to your life. It adds life to your years.
If you don't keep active, I think soon you're going to lose some of that. And I still love to cook, so I cook my own meals. Not that I don't like to eat out some, but I like to cook. So I still try to bake ever so often.
Lucille continues to be an active member of the Erie community, driving her own car, visiting the local library, and spending time with friends. You can catch Lucille's full story this Sunday on KOAM News. A little later, Frontenac softball looks to stay on top after a big season. Ben McLeish has a look at how the Raiders plan to succeed with a new team look.
And Chris Warner and I here in the Severe Weather Studios tracking these incoming storms to the 4 states region. We're going to have all the details and timing coming up next.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Well, we've got some severe thunderstorm activity out there this evening across the region right now. It is an alert day for today. Storms began firing up around 5 o'clock this evening. They're going to take off, or things will start to quiet down right around that midnight hour. Let's talk about what's going on out there right now. We have these storms off to our west. This area shaded in orange here. You're going to notice that is a severe thunderstorm watch right now. And also underneath that severe thunderstorm watch is a view of our storm tracker. So while we go through this weather, you can also see right now we have our storm tracker in Chetopa facing west right now. So, all right, I'll get in this shot of this image just for 1 second and then we'll bring it back. But take a look at these storms pushing in right now. Notice this. Here we are going this evening, and these storms continuing to push east, northeast at times. Taking a little bit of a closer look, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one in Elk County, one in Chetopa County. This one in Chetopa County has just been extended to 7 o'clock this evening. Quite a bit of lightning associated with that storm. So Sedan, you're really seeing some rainfall, thunder, lightning as well right now. The one north in Elk County goes until 6:30, has not been extended just yet. Let's talk about timing with that one in Elk since it was just extended. So areas like Grafton, Hale, Elk City between 6:18 and 6:46, 6:57 for Crane, Independence 7:04, 7:17 for Neodesha, and Cherryville 7:22. So This storm right now, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It says quarter-sized hail, but with this storm actually below it, we have seen a little bit larger than quarter-sized hail, so just over an inch there as well. All right, this storm off to the north here in Elk County. While it hasn't been extended yet, we're talking about Fall River here by 6:15, New Albany by 6:25, Webster by 6:45, Benedict by 6:51. Continuing to push east here right around 30 miles per hour. All right, so we talked about the potential for some hail with these storms that are out there right now. So as I mentioned, that storm in Chautauqua County there, just over an inch. So actually over an inch and a quarter. So you'll see though that it's kind of started to fade. That darker shade of blue was the larger hail. As it continues pushing east here, we're seeing that hail start to reduce a little bit here. Same with the storm here in Elk County. Notice that darker shade of orange there, or darker shade of blue there. That lighter shade means that we're starting to see that hail start to condense down just a bit there. All right, a wider look across the area. Storms here. Few of these still likely to go severe warned. Eventually what's going to happen, right now these storms are only moving about 25 to 35 miles per hour. The reason for that is the cold front has not begun to catch up to these storms just yet. But as it does, it's going to start forcing these storms at a higher rate of speed off to the east here. Now, again, few of these likely to go severe warned here just in the next couple hours. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. But how about let's get a look at our storm tracker right now. If we can pull that up, if we still have signal there. Because if we can get a look at that, there we go. Facing west right now. The one thing I want to mention that we're seeing in here right now, look at that low cloud base there. So those darker shaded gray clouds that you're seeing, those are the ones that we're starting to see at that lower cloud base. And so that tells us that there's a little bit of shear involved in there. Looks like we might have lost that shot. That's okay. We can bring it back here to the Weather Center. So with that low cloud base, those clouds are moving very fast out there. So that tells us that we're seeing quite a bit of shear. Low-level jets kind of starting to pick up here as we head into these evening hours tonight. So we're going to keep a close eye on these storms over the next hour or two, because likely, again, going to see a few of these become severe warned, and we're going to keep an eye here in the Weather Center. But for right now, let's send things back over to Tanya.
All right, thanks, Austin. Well, still ahead, Missouri Southern and baseball looks for a series win over the Broncos. Plus, Frontenac softball is back on the diamond following a state championship run, but this year's team looks a little different. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Frontenac softball is back on the diamond, coming off yet another state championship. But this Raiders team looks a little different. After 17 seasons, the Raiders have a new skipper, and he has big shoes to fill. Jess Murphy takes over for one of the most storied softball programs in the 4 states. And although a lot has changed for the Raiders in the offseason, Murphy is taking things one day at a time, making sure his team gets a little better every single practice.
There's just a ton of tradition here in Frontenac, and we're not trying to do anything different. Just these girls come to work every day, work hard, and yeah, we just do the best we can. Trust the process. We got to get better every day. May's a long ways away. You know, every season ends with in a single elimination tournament, and we just hope to be playing your best ball come to the end of May.
And the changes for Frontenac aren't just at the coaching level. Only 2 players with varsity experience return from the 2025 roster. But already in this young season, multiple players have stepped up to the plate and delivered.
We were only bringing back 2 players that had any varsity experience last year. That's Grayson McLaren and Stevie Likely. And so we're bringing 7, 8 players into the rotation that has 0 varsity experience. And they've really stepped up to the plate, and they've done a great job.
We have a lot of girls stepping up. Definitely big shoes to fill, but it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everybody.
It feels great. I love being a part of this team. Everyone's so nice and respectful to each other, and it's just we have a great bond with each other.
Next up for Frontenac, the Raiders host the Riverton Rams for a Monday doubleheader. We've got a full slate of games on the diamond today on the college and high school levels. In Joplin, the Lions look to take the series against Central Oklahoma. In the third, down 3-0, bullpen pitcher Lane Chapman takes over with 2 Broncos runners on base, striking out Hayden O'Toole for the second out of the inning. He looks to get out of trouble, but Drake Lee has other plans, lining one to right field for the RBI single. We head to the bottom of the third. The Lions now trailing by 6, but with 2 runners on, Braden Lukart flies one deep to right. It drops for the hit, but the runners couldn't take off. That loads the bases for Southern. Next batter, Will Doherty skies one to center field. Caught, but plenty deep enough to put the Lions on the board with the sac fly. MSSU can't mount the comeback, though, falling to the Broncos 9-6. Blue Jacket and Afton and Wyandotte for day 2 of the Lucky 7 tournament. In the first, Griff Robinson gets the first out with this pitch dotted on the inside corner for strike 3. Robinson looking for the 3rd out now. He continues to catch that corner as he sits down another batter, keeping the Chieftains off the board. To the 2nd inning now, Brent Chandler at the plate with the runner in scoring position. He grounds one right through the infield, and Jake Manis hustles from second to give the Blue Jacket its first run. Afton looks to respond. Bryce Noblin goes down swinging, but Blue Jacket has to throw to first on the drop 3rd strike, allowing Levi Turley to make the heads-up play and score from 3rd to tie it at 1 as Afton goes on to take down Blue Jacket 7-3. But back to Frontenac softball. Jess Murphy certainly has big shoes to fill. So far, it's a pretty good start, but he's going to need players from freshmen to juniors and seniors to step up.
And you know, that is kind of a shock that there's only 2 returning starters, or from varsity players. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do this year.
Yeah, anytime there's so few players returning, there's a question of how are these players' chemistry going to be. But they told me they know each other from school. They've played with each other for years, not necessarily on the varsity team, but they're ready to play right now.
It sounds like it. All right, thanks, Ben. That's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A U.S. fighter jet is shot down over Iran, leading to an intense search and rescue mission. Plus, 4 brave astronauts hurtle through space on humanity's return to the moon. And we step up to the plate with softball highlights from both Pitt State and Missouri Southern games. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. And we've got the perfect way for you to stay ahead of the severe weather season. Scan this QR code with your phone and head straight to the updated weather resources page on our website, where you can find information on storm shelters, weather updates, closings, and road conditions. You can also find tips for watching live streams in real time. It's called the weather resource page on KOAMnewsnow.com. Speaking of the weather,
It would come in handy right now, right?
Yeah.
We got some active weather out there right now. We're starting to see some of these showers and storms in our far western counties. This new severe thunderstorm warning extended from portions of Elk to Woodson, Wilson, and Greenwood County, moving east at about 30 miles per hour. You'll see the times there on your screen as this storm continues to move east-northeast. Take a look at that storm just south of that in Chautauqua County. So Independence, this storm going to be headed your way here shortly. These storms all have a little bit of hail in them right now. A look at 32nd and Range line. Current conditions out there, 73 degrees. Storms on their way right now. Take a look at this. Over the next couple hours, we'll start to see these storms move into central portions of the region between 8 and 10 p.m. this evening, and then starting to weaken a bit as we head into those late evening hours tonight.
all right, a lot to keep your eye on, this for sure.
Sure is.
All right, final sports note.
Well, weather permitting, the Lucky 7 baseball tournament in Oklahoma will conclude tomorrow.
All right, well, hopefully they won't get rained out. All right, thank you for watching, and we will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.